Welcome back. I'm Coach Tina. Today I will show you how to set up and do the kettlebell arm bar. As a reminder, I do this exercise before all my workouts. It works opening up your thoracic spine, so your upper back. It helps with shoulder stability. So I have a cranky shoulder, so shoulder stability is very important for me. And it helps open up your hips. Before we get started, I want you to remember that whenever you hold a kettlebell, whether it's in a standing position, whether you're pressing it overhead, or when we do it in the arm bar, it's the same position. When you're holding the kettlebell and you have your fist, this part of your fist will always face the ceiling. And you'll see this as I get started. So, Bentley's in my way here. It starts off in the most comfortable position ever, the fetal position. So I'm curled up, the kettlebell is very close to my stomach, the arm closest to the floor, my right hand goes underneath the handle, my left hand goes over the handle, so two hands are holding the handle. Everything I do with a kettlebell is in terms of safety. This could be 5 pounds, this could be 50 pounds. I'm always going to treat the kettlebell the same way because you want to have a practice where you don't have to change the way you do things because of the weight. It should always be the same, so it's ingrained in your brain. From this fetal position, I'm going to roll over onto my back. Benny, can you move over? He's not moving. So I'm rolling over onto my back. My feet are planted. The kettlebell's here in the middle of my body, but my hands are not down yet. Let me just shift so you can see. So from here, use two hands to press up to the ceiling. This is a safety protocol. Two hands pressed to the ceiling. From here, my right hand was on the bottom. I'm keeping my right hand holding the kettlebell. My left leg and my left arm straighten out. Benny, you're going to have to move a little bit. Let me move you. So the left side straightens out, and using my right foot, I push. Benny, you're going to have to move and roll until my right knee anchors down into the ground. My left leg and my left arm are making one straight line. My head is resting on my left bicep. I'm looking up at the kettlebell. My knee is bent. So from here, I'm letting my arm, the right arm, sink into my shoulder joint. You can rotate the kettlebell a little bit as I feel it securely and safely in my shoulder socket. And if this is easy for you, the next step in the arm bar would be to slowly try to bring the right hip down towards the floor. So my right hand has the kettlebell, my right hip is trying to touch the floor, it doesn't have to. And then I usually hold for about 20 seconds. From here, we're going to do the same thing in reverse. I'm going to use my right leg to push back, roll over onto my back. My other hand grabs the kettlebell, so two hands holding the kettlebell. I pull it down to my belly, and I roll back into fetal position. To do the other side, the safety protocol we always use in kettlebells is we halo it over our head, not across our shoulders, over the head. So I'm going to show you how it looks on the other side. My left hand is underneath the kettlebell, right hand on top. From here, I'm going to roll over onto my back. Both feet are planted. Both hands press up to the ceiling. My left hand is going to be the one holding the kettlebell. Top of my fist is facing upwards. I straighten out my right leg and my right hand. I push off my left foot to roll over onto my right side. The left knee anchors me down. My right arm and right foot are making one long line, resting my head on the right bicep, looking upwards towards the kettlebell, letting that shoulder sink into the socket. And for me, since I've been doing this a long time, I can straighten out my leg. You're not going to do this in the beginning. You're going to get comfortable in that position where I started with the bent knee. But over time, this will feel much more fluid. I'm going to straighten out my knee and try to get my left hip down. And I count for 20 Mississippis. This really helps to open up the upper back. So after I hold for 20 Mississippis, going to use my left leg to roll over onto my back. Both hands grab onto the kettlebell, both feet are planted. Pull it down to my belly, and I roll back into fetal position. So whether you're using 5 pounds or 50 pounds, the protocol should be exactly the same. So it's just memorized in your brain. That's how you do the kettlebell arm bar. If that was helpful, you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. I'm Coach Tina. For more information about how to work with me, head to ironstrongfitness.com and send me a message. I'll see you next time.